Hello, welcome to CripChat. I'm your host, Johnny Shaw, and with me tonight is Yasmin Fahad. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks, Jonathan. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Oh,
Tell us a bit about yourself.
tell me about okay. Well, I'm 32 years old. I currently reside here in Sydney. I'm hearing impaired, visually impaired. I have a bunch of other disabilities, and I also have a younger sister who's also got severe disabilities, and I'm also a disability advocate. I'm a public speaker and MC, and I look to help people with a disability in our local community.
Yes. How are you coping with the current circumstances?
How am I going with the challenges with this? I'm helping, yes. Well, basically, I've recently done two galas for people with a disability in last year and the year before, and I'm hoping that we may have something for this year. I'm also part of a few disability peer support groups here in Bankstown. I'm part of the Universal Access Reference Group and the Disability Inclusion Access Planning Group. And we basically, myself and a few others, including Ibi, we help out people with disabilities in the community to see how they're coping, if anyone needs any help in accessing transportation or education or employment or anything like this. Yeah.
So, what do you think of how the government is supporting us through the COVID-19 situation?
So, you're asking me how am I coping with everything going?
No.
Sorry.
How do you think the government is supporting people with disabilities through?
Oh, yes. Well, basically, yes. I'm actually quite disappointed with the way things are going. I thought that the government would be more helpful towards people with a disability, towards our community, and basically I thought that they'd be a bit more helpful with helping people with a disability towards the community, but it turns out that they're just ignoring us completely. They're not asking us what can we do to help you out, what type of schemes or plans would be beneficial for you. Instead, we're just being, ignored, left alone.
If you were in the government, what would you do?
What would I like to do? Well, I'd personally speak to our local councillors or our government and ask them what's going on. We need help. We need help. We need access. We need to go out and get essentials. We need, you know, we're basically being tossed aside for we're being tossed aside and we're being forgotten about, and we require help in getting a lot of and we also require help in getting access to a variety of things in order for us to become, for our safety and our health and well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you're designing policy, what would it look like?
Well, I'm very glad you asked, Jonathan. Sorry. I'm very glad you asked, Jonathan. Well, basically, if Ibby was here, he'd explain it in a bit more detail because he's part of the Diverse and Disability Alliance, and he and a few others, they like to organize stuff like this for politicians, and he would have spoken a bit more about this. But definitely, I would speak to our councillors. I would write letters, emails. I would try and get my voice out there to anyone and everyone in our local community and let them know that people with a disability are being ignored and we need to have our voices heard.
Yeah.
And I think personally also the government really needs to hear what people with a disability are saying, because we're basically being stuck when there's it's like no one can hear us. We need to have our voices heard. What's your opinion?
I think apart from Jordan John, no one is really talking about how to include us in the response. I think we need an action plan to include us in the wider response. I'm also concerned about services not being delivered, and when they are being delivered, them being delivered in a way which doesn't put us at risk of contracting the virus.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, I agree. That's what we need to do. That's what I think. Yeah. I'm sorry, did you ask a question? Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to say to convince governments that we need to be heard.
I think I need an interpreter.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, please, thank you.
Sorry, everyone.
That's okay.
Bear with us.
That's okay. Yes. Hi, my name is Mary. Hi, Mary. Nice seeing you. Yes, I do have a message for the government to improve the response for the coronavirus, definitely. My message is to help us now because we are struggling. We can't get to anywhere. We don't have any transport. We don't have any access to anything, and it's very difficult for us to find stuff to do and to go anywhere. You know, we're being tossed aside. We need help. We need the government. We need and the government. We need what's his name? Get Gareth Ward's help. We need a lot of other. Sorry, we need politicians' help for them to give us what we need as a community for people with a disability. As like I said, we're sick and tired of being ignored. We need to have our voices heard. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Another comment. Well said. Thanks, Mary. How can people help advocate the point? Well, we can become self-advocates, as I'm currently my own advocate, and people with a disability, we can teach each other to become advocates, so we can grow together as a community and help get our voices heard.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. We are always the last ones to be heard about. I agree with Mary. You know what I mean? We're always the last ones to have our voices heard. Everyone's always ignoring us, or they're telling us that it's not as bad as they think it is, etc. And I really would like to see change in this government. I really would like to see people with a disability become more to have. Sorry. I think people can help advocate by reaching out to our community. Yeah. Yes. We need more disabled people in politics. I think that is a good idea. Yes, I agree. We already have Jordan Steele John, who's works at, yes, definitely. True. My cousin works with the government. His name is Maurice Carina. Maurice Carina. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Sorry. But yes, I do have a cousin who used to work for the Labor government a few years back, but she's finished in politics. But I definitely agree we do need disabled people in politics, so that way we've got a voice and we're being heard. You know what I mean? That way we're not being isolated as much as we usually are now. We definitely need disabled people in politics. How about you? Do you think we need more disabled people in politics? Because I agree.
Yes, we do. We need. Look, we represent 20% of the population. Yet, we only have two people with a disability in politics. How is this fair? We need more leaders to step up at local, state, and federal levels.
I agree, definitely, yes. I agree. Also, the guys a swimmer for us, Matt Cloudy.
Thank you for the comment.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. Thank you. That's in the final, not that I can think of, except that we need to keep pushing through and here's sorry. The only final comment I've got is I hope that we make some changes for the disabled community so we can get our voices heard and we can get the accessibilities that we need from the government instead of being tossed aside. And I believe we can do that by expressing interest to our local community, to our government. That way they can that way we can get our voices heard and also get the mainstream community educated about people with a disability so that way they can be educated and understand what we're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, you're welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me, Jonathan. Thank you.
For those at home, remember to share, like, and subscribe. Join us next week for CripChat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi. Yes.